Hello everyone and welcome to my little corner of the internet. My name's Michael and I'm bitten by radioactive book. Today is Thursday and that means female fantasy author feature on my channel, and today we're talking about Carol Berg. Carol Berg is an American writer from Texas, I believe, and she has like 4 completed series out and has started a new duology, or a duet as it is called, so let's get into these 5 series of hers. First off, we have the Rei Kira series, starting with Transformation. This is a trilogy, and the main character is Sion, and Sion used to be like a demon hunter, and he had, I think, special powers, but he lost them, and now he's sold as a slave, and he is sold to the very arrogant Prince Alexander, but then he kind of finds out that there is actually a demon inside of the court, and although he had kind of retired from demon hunting, he once more, wants to get to this demon now and expose him. I think, as you might see on the cover, that maybe the protagonists are not completely human. There might be some kind of demons, half demons, as well. I'm not totally sure about that. But it's a really interesting and intriguing premise. Next up, we have the Lighthouse duology, starting with Flesh and Spirit, and here we are following Waylon. And Waylon is a kind of diviner and cartographer, and he had his life mapped out for him already by like a prophecy of his mother, and he wants to desperately escape this kind of prophecy, and so he runs away from everything, becomes addicted to an enchantment that transforms pain into pleasure, so there is some kind of masochistic element to the story. And overall his lifestyle leads him to have death until he gets to some kind of monastery and discovers a book, and only he has the abilities to discover the secrets of the book, which could lead to saving the world, and so he has to turn back onto the way of divination, and maybe his kind of destiny, and that will be very interesting to see how he will manage that to or how he solves this kind of issue as of not wanting to be what he's supposed to be and have his own free will, but maybe still being able to help save the world. Next up, we have the Bridge of Donna Quartet, and it's starting with Son of Avanna. And this seems to be more like a traditional fantasy, at least it seems like that. We have a noblewoman called Sari, and in her lands the magic is forbidden, but she harbors a fugitive which has maybe magic talents that could save the world. And that seems like familiar territory on the one hand, but on the other hand it seems like we have a perspective maybe not of like the chosen one, but maybe someone like assisting the chosen one. That could be interesting. I don't know, that is just a guess from the very tiny blurb. So definitely an interesting spin on a classical theme. Next up, we have the Collegia Magica series, starting with the Spirit Lands. That is the series that I first picked up on when I heard about Carol Berg, or the series that introduced me to her, and it is a very interesting basic idea, because we have more like a Renaissance world where magic is kind of going to be replaced by natural science, and we are following Portier, and Portier is like a librarian of the last Collegia Magica, and he gets hired to invest a murder, and he meets some very interesting yeah, other characters on the way. And for me that all sounds really interesting, especially like the idea of having not like the traditional Middle Ages world, but more like a Renaissance world where magic and natural science both coexist. That is always like an, yeah, very intriguing thing for me to read about, and yeah, so I think that will be a very interesting series to discover. And last but not least, we have Dust and Light, the first in the Sanctuary duet, and this is like the Lighthouse duet. It's also set in the same world, so it's like a sequel to the Lighthouse series. I don't know anything about it because I don't tend to read like blurbs for those kind of sequels, prequels, I don't know. So I would go to start with the Lighthouse duet and then move on to the Sanctuary duet from there. So yeah, so if you read Lighthouse and maybe enjoy it, then Sanctuary would be the, yeah, logical next step. Here the first book is out already, and we're waiting for the second one to come out, so this is not completed. All the other 4 series are completed already. I think Reiki Ra is the way maybe to start with Carol Berg's work, because it was her first series, so you could read on the progression thing. If you just want to dive in maybe into one thing, I think Collegia Magica is definitely an interesting series with the kind of Renaissance vibe it has, and maybe not like having the very traditional setting. And if you maybe just want to read another spin on a more like traditional kind of series, then the Bridge of the North series might be it for you, because it has more familiar things in it maybe than the others. So I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into the works of Carol Berg. If you did, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel, please look inside the description box. There's a little segment there. And I hope that you get bitten by a really good book too. Bye!